You know what really grinds my gears in dating? When people ghost. Because if you've ever been ghosted, it can make you feel genuinely ridiculous. Like 1 minute you're speaking to someone, maybe you sent some lengthy messages back and forth, maybe you went on a date, maybe they even said they wanted to see you again, and then suddenly out of nowhere, nothing. No explanation, no clarity, no, hey, yeah, I don't think this is for me. Just radio silence. And then your brain, rather annoyingly, it starts to try and figure it out. Did I say something wrong? Did I misread the message? Were they ever even interested in me? Are they seeing someone else? And I think that's why ghosting actually hurts so much. It doesn't just end the connection. It leaves you trying to fill in these imaginary blanks. But I don't think being ghosted automatically means you did something wrong. A lot of the time, ghosting says more about modern dating and that person themselves than it says about your worth. Because dating apps have made people feel weirdly disposable. Someone becomes a profile, a match, a message, a notification. And I think sometimes people forget there's an actual human being on the other side of the screen. Someone with feelings. Someone who might have taken the connection more seriously than they did. And because there are so many options, people can become careless. If one conversation feels awkward, there's another one around the corner. If one date doesn't feel perfect, there are more matches to be had. If someone asks for clarity, they can just disappear. And I think ghosting often happens because people don't want to deal with the discomfort. They don't want the confrontation. They don't want to disappoint someone. They don't want to have to deal with someone else's emotions. They don't want the awkward conversation where they have to say, I'm sorry, I don't think this is right for me. And instead of communicating that like an adult honestly, they disappear. They choose the silence, not because they think silence is kinder, they absolutely don't, but because silence is easier for them. And I do think it's important to say that not all ghosting is equal, right? If you've exchanged 2 messages on an app and someone disappears, it's annoying, but it's no biggie. That is not the same as someone disappearing after dates, intimacy, future plans, emotional closeness, or making you feel like something was building. The more access someone had to you, the more responsibility they have to close things with care. So if someone ghosted you, please don't automatically turn that into a story about you not being enough. Sometimes it simply means they didn't have the maturity, the courage, or emotional capacity to communicate with you properly. But anyway, that's my thought of the day. I hope it was useful. I'll see you on the next one.